name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be doing the Reader Confessions tag. Couple versions of this going around, one on YouTube and one sort of in the Tumblr book blogosphere, and so I combined them both. They both started with basically the same questions, but the last couple of them changed a little bit, so I actually have 13 questions here today. So let's get started. The first question is, have you ever damaged a book? And I would like to say probably not on purpose. I don't have a book anymore that is necessarily damaged. I had one that I absolutely loved. My first version of Stephen King's It, I first got in 8th grade. I read it to death, and I did lend it to somebody else who read it, and I think after a while it somehow got waterlogged. So it definitely was a little bit beaten up. Now I have a couple other new versions that look more pristine, and I think I just eventually got rid of the old one. So nothing on purpose, but yes, there have been some damage to books. Number 2, have you ever damaged a borrowed book? I would like to say no on that. I don't usually borrow books from either people or the library, so I don't think I've ever actually damaged a book that was somebody else's to my knowledge. Number 3, how long does it take you to read a book? I don't know for sure. I want to say a book would usually take me a day or two. I really like to savor my books, so I like to read them. I find myself sometimes going back a paragraph or two to reread something that I really liked from an author. Like just something about the way certain lines or paragraphs are said is just amazing, so I have to reread those. I typically go by page numbers. I feel like I usually on average read 100 pages an hour. That is more typically with young adult books and like the adult paranormal romance, that kind of stuff. Anything that's a little bit denser can take me longer to read. Number 4, what is a book that you have not finished? I usually finish the books that I start reading. If I DNF a book, I usually don't keep it. However, I do think I have a couple books that I have started reading and haven't finished, but I just need to finish them. One is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I actually still have a bookmark on here. It looks like I'm on page 213. This is a book that I had picked up a while ago and I really enjoyed it, but I think I got into another book at the same time because I do sometimes read multiple books at once, and I put it down, haven't picked it back up. I have the rest of the series, so I really just need to finish it because I was enjoying where I was. Number 5, are there any hyped or popular books that you did not like? One that comes to mind right away was not something that I necessarily disliked, but it was not as enjoyable for me as I thought it was going to be, and that's the To All the Boys I Loved Before series by Jenny Han. I did talk about that in my July wrap-up, in case you're interested in hearing why. I think another one is going to be the Royals series by Erin Watt. I was really mediocre feeling on Paper Princess, and then the subsequent books in the series that I did read, I just didn't really enjoy. Number 6, is there a book that you would not tell anybody that you were reading? I have to say I'm pretty open about the types of books I do read. I know that there's probably some genres that people might be more embarrassed about, but my Goodreads is hooked up to my Facebook. I talk about stuff on here. I don't think there's necessarily anything that I would not tell anybody. Like the genres that come to my mind about like guilty pleasure reading that I do read are some of like the romance, paranormal romance, reverse harem books that I read. But again, I have definitely talked about them on my channel, so I will tell you guys whatever I am reading. Number 7, how many books do you own? I currently own 1,111 books. I actually keep a spreadsheet of my books so I know exactly what I have because I am just like that. So I actually do own 1,111 books currently. Number 8, are you a fast or slow reader? I would like to say that I am relatively fast. Like I said before, I do like to take my time with some of the books that I'm reading. I don't really try to speed through them. I just sort of read at my own pace, but compared to some other people that I've talked to, I think it is semi-fast, because I have had conversations with people in the past where like I guess they were surprised that I was finishing a book within a day or two. So that's my answer. Number 9, do you like to buddy read? I have actually never buddy read anything. I think the closest that I've gotten to was a friend recommending me a book and then me reading it pretty much right after them, and we did discuss it a little bit, but I've never actually had anybody to buddy read a book with. My best friend who reads does not read the same genre I read normally, so that does make it a little bit hard. If there is anybody out there that is willing to do a buddy read on a certain book with me, I am definitely willing to give it a try. Hit me up. Number 10, if you were only allowed to own one book, what would it be and why? This is a very loaded question, pretty much like asking me which is my favorite pet. I don't have any kids yet, but I feel like it would be the same thing as that as well. I have so many books. I have so many things that I love. Oh, I might be going with a semi-cop-out here, but I think I would go with The Lord of the Rings, and I would buy one of those books that is like all 3 in one. I started reading that in 8th grade. I absolutely love it. It's another series that I try to do like once every year or two, and I don't know, I just really love it, and so I feel like that would be a good one to have. Number 11, any classics that you did not enjoy? Now, there are quite a few classics that I want to say I did not enjoy. I, for whatever reason, do not like many classics. I tried to read The Picture of Dorian Gray of my own accord, and I gave it, I think, a 3 stars. Like, I just didn't really enjoy it. I remember reading books in high school as well that I just didn't quite enjoy. I know we had to read, like, Things Fall Apart that I did not like. Animal Farm was okay. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest I actually did enjoy. But yeah, I do not normally pick up classics. I find that the writing style, the way they're written, is just not something that I enjoy. It's not quick enough for me, so not very many do I actually enjoy. Number 12, are there any books that you bought for the intellectual-ness? I don't think that I've bought any to look smart. I mean, the closest to that might have been like The Picture of Dorian Gray, because I was something that I did want to read, and I was hoping to like better myself as a person by reading it, but I didn't enjoy it, so I don't think I have anything that I bought purely to look smarter. And then number 13, are there any books that you have not given back? Again, I don't really borrow any books, so as far as I know, every single book that I have on my shelves are mine. Nothing was borrowed. If I have anything from other people, it's because they were given to me. So these are all mine, most of them bought with hard-earned money from myself. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you would like to see more videos. I do have videos up every Monday and Thursday, so I will see you then. Bye!